Over the last 2 years, my team has posted more than 500,000 short form videos for our clients across 34 industries. We've generated over 6 billion views and tracked every single metric you can imagine. Most content advice comes from people who posted maybe a few hundred to 1,000 videos, and I'm talking to you from the perspective of someone who's actually seen what works at a massive scale. Today, I'm going to share the 4 biggest realizations I've had that completely changed how we approach short form content. These are insights that you can only get from posting at this volume across many different personal brands and businesses. If you're serious about using short form content to grow your business, this data could save you months and even years of trial and error. So finding number 1 is the hook testing game is completely different than expected. Everyone talks about hooks being important, but what they don't tell you is how dramatically different hook performance can be. We write 3 different hooks for every single video and then test them on socials. Instagram released a new feature called Trial Reels that allows you to post reels that strictly go to non-followers without your existing audience seeing them. And so you can now create multiple hooks per video, post them all back to back as trial reels on Instagram, and then you can wait 24 to 48 hours, see which one is the top performing post, and decide to publish the top performer to your main account where now your followers see it as well. And that boosts the overall performance and will give it another jolt in results and views that it gets. The other platforms do not have this feature yet. I'm hoping they roll it out soon. In the meantime, we split test hooks on the other platforms using sub accounts. So instead of just having one account per platform, you can create multiple additional accounts. They're still branded to you, and it allows you to post and split test much more content. So instead of having one account on TikTok, you can have 3, and then across those 3 accounts, you post the same video with 3 different hooks to split test the data. Then you also do that on YouTube, you can do that on Facebook, you do that on Snapchat as well, and all the top short form video platforms. And the results from doing this have shocked us. What we actually discovered is that the same video content with different hooks can have a 50 to 100x difference in performance. One hook can get 5,000 views and one hook can get 5 million views where it's identical content otherwise. And most business owners just post content with one hook and think that their content doesn't work and give up. The difference between a good hook and a great hook often determines if a business succeeds with content or not, and nobody is split testing hooks like this. Hook testing truly is the highest leverage activity in all of content creation that's available today. So let's roll through some examples. Maybe you're a business coach. And so we'll break down some different hooks. Hook A being, here's how to scale your business, which by the way is not a good hook. Hook B, I analyzed 1,000 failed businesses and found they all made the same 3 mistakes. And hook C is the scaling mistake that's costing coaches 7 figures a year. What you can find on this is the first hook is probably going to far underperform. The second hook could have a 8 or 10x multiple on the views and engagement versus the others. And the third hook maybe performs average. You don't know this though unless you're split testing hooks across all of your content. Let's go through other examples for an HVAC company. Hook A may be your AC maintenance tips. Hook B could be this one mistake is costing you $200 per month on your AC bill. And hook C could be HVAC companies don't want you to know this. The patterns we found is that specific numbers and hooks almost always outperform general statements. Negative framing, such as mistake, wrong, or costing you, performs better than positive. And authority transfer hooks, like what expert doesn't want you to know, works across all industries. Curiosity gaps need to be very specific to work, and most safe hooks that sound professional actually perform terribly. What this means for your strategy is never post a video with just one hook, because you're leaving massive results on the table that could be the difference of millions of views and thousands of leads per video that you record. Create at least 3 variations minimum and then test them on platforms. Like I mentioned on Instagram, you can test these using trial reels, and on all other platforms, you can test these by creating additional sub accounts on top of managing your main account. Track which hook formulas work best for your specific audience, and rather than trusting your gut on the hooks, trust the data, because the hook alone truly can determine if your business succeeds with content or not. It's also important to speak on visual hooks, and we're seeing this becoming one of the biggest competitive edges of successful content today. Hooks are not always just about what you say, but it's also what is shown on the content. Some examples of visual hooks that are crushing today is, first, you can stitch on a viral video to the start of your content to become a hook. Ideally, it relates to the content itself, but this absolutely crushes. You can use AI generated video creation tools such as Google's VO3 to create pattern interrupting hooks that grab attention. You can use authorities and celebrities as part of your hook strategy. That then stitches over to your content. And you can also use B-roll voiceover along with text hooks as well. Again, you and your team can get very creative and use a lot of existing content and even use AI generated content to stitch onto the front end of your videos as visual hooks. They grab attention and then it stitches over to your original video. Finding number 2 from posting over 500,000 pieces of short form content is that platform differences are massively overblown. A lot of experts out there tell you to create different content for each platform, that TikTok needs this, Instagram needs that, YouTube Shorts needs something else. And after posting the same content across all platforms simultaneously, the data has told us a different story. The cross-platform reality is that the same video performs similarly across all platforms when the audience targeting is right. Platform-specific rules matter way less than content quality, and we built the habit of posting the same content across platforms on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, and any other platforms that we're managing. When you do this, you're getting so much more leverage out of the content that you create. If you record a video, which is the longest and hardest part, and then you only post it on one platform, you're only getting one post out of that video. Versus if you take that same video and you post it across 5 platforms, one video now becomes 5 posts, and that is leverage. And if you do step 1 of what we talked about, and you have 3 hooks split tested per video, that gives you 3 unique videos, and you post those 3 videos across 5 platforms, now you have 15 posts from one core video. This is how you're winning in the game of social media today. Spending time just creating platform-specific content that you're not posting on other platforms is mostly wasted effort, and a lot of times those videos can crush on other platforms. In our company, we're doing about 400 million views per month currently across our client accounts, and we have at least one video go viral every single day. Viral defined as the video getting 1 million plus views. We've had this happen countless times to where we'll have a video, we post it on all platforms, and maybe that video performs average on all platforms except one, it goes viral. And if we didn't post across all platforms, we may have missed that viral post. And we've had this happen countless times over and over and over, and it's not always necessarily the same platform either. Sometimes the video will go viral on Instagram, sometimes it'll go viral on YouTube, sometimes it'll go viral on TikTok, and you will never know that unless you're posting each video across all platforms. Even if you want your main socials to have different content per platforms, you should still create sub-accounts on the other platforms that's reposting the content that's been posted on the other platform. Not doing this, that is high leverage to do. It creates a multiplied output of every single video you create. And when you're not doing this, you're just simply getting a fraction of the reach that you otherwise would. And when you do what we broke down, you have one video, 3 hooks posted across 5 platforms, that turns into 15 posts per video versus your competitors who post 1 time a day on 1 or 2 platforms. You can post 15 times or more daily with the same amount of effort that goes into creating the content. So out of those 2 scenarios, who do you think is going to win? So what actually matters more than the platform is the quality of the content itself. How well you know your target audience, consistency of posting across platforms, having clear calls to action, having great hooks to capture and retain attention, and speaking to the right person, not the right platform. The main exception that we have found is that LinkedIn specifically converts better for B2B high ticket services. Not because the content needs to be different, but because the audience has more buying power there. You can still post the same content, but you get better prospects here a lot of the time if your business matches. And LinkedIn is still an underrated platform for so many businesses out there, especially when it comes to content creation. So how this changes your strategy is you should create one piece of great content and then post it everywhere. Split test multiple hooks for every piece of content you create and focus on making better quality content, not platform specific content. You spend save time on more content creation instead of customization. You post way more and you track which platforms bring in your best customers, not just the most views. And what I'm breaking down for you and sharing for free on this channel is just a small fraction of what we do for our clients. We've analyzed tens of thousands of viral videos, fed them into a custom AI to pick up on all the patterns, frameworks, hooks, and more, and then use that to come in and shape your content strategy. We come in with top tier editing, world-class talent who will take charge of your socials, and typically are generating more organic leads than our clients have ever experienced before. Organic leads close at higher rates, they pay more money, they stay for longer, refer more people, and are much more profitable because there's no ad spend to acquire them as a customer, and therefore they're more valuable to your business. We create floods of organic leads, we split test multiple hooks for every video we're posting for you, and we create omnipresence for your brand across all platforms, all without adding additional time to your plate. We are very selective about who we work with, and you must be doing at least 3 million plus per year in your business or more. But if you want to work with the best, which is truly what I believe that we've built with our team and systems, that sounds like you, then you'll see a link in the description below where you can check out our case study training that goes into detail on our service service, the content systems, and our client results. And after watching the video, you'll also have the opportunity to apply and work with our team. Again, we have very limited spots. We're extremely selective about who we work with. We want to see a long-term partnership potential, but if that sounds like you, then make sure to check out the link in the description below and apply to work with us. Finding number 3 is the 80-20 rule is actually closer to 95-5 for short form content. Everyone talks about the 80-20 rule where 80% of results come from 20% of your content, and in short form, that rule is way more extreme than people realize. The real distribution that we discovered is 95% of your results come from 5% of your content. Depending on the stage of your brand, most videos get average performance no matter how good they are, and 5 to 10% of videos drive almost all leads and sales, the ones that really hit. You can't always predict which videos will be the winners, and the only way to find more winners is to post more volume and split test your content. Why this happens is algorithms can still be unpredictable at times and are constantly changing. Timing matters more than people think. Small differences in current events can affect performance of your content. Audience mood and attention shifts daily. Different content trends at different times, and what works one week might flop the next week. This is where the volume realization comes in, because most business owners post 5 to 10 videos per month and then wonder why nothing happens, and they're not giving themselves enough chances to hit a winner. We post 15 to 90 videos per day per client across main accounts and sub accounts, and more attempts means more chances to find those 5% winners. Volume is the ignored predictor of success, but much faster finds quality content. So how you can apply this is stop trying to make every video perfect. Focus on consistent posting over perfect content. Post the same video across all platforms. Split test 3 or more hooks for every video. Create systems to post more frequently. Track which videos actually drive business results, and double or triple down on winning video types when you find them. The fourth finding that we've got is that sub accounts create unfair advantages. This is still the biggest discovery that we've made, and almost nobody still talks about it, where creating multiple accounts for the same business or personal brand changes everything about how short form content works. What we found with sub account testing is that one main account limits your ability to test and scale. Sub accounts let you test 3 or more different hooks for the same video, and each account can find different audience segments. Algorithms treat each account as a separate entity, and more accounts mean more chances for viral content. The data we've collected with this is that clients with sub accounts are typically growing 8 times faster than single account clients. More accounts means more data on what works. Different accounts attract different audience segments. These allow for rapid testing while substantially growing the main account and the brand, and this creates omnipresence that competitors cannot match and catch up with. Why this works so well is that each account is a separate test in the algorithm. More tests mean higher chance of finding winners, and this doesn't hurt your main account if a test fails. It creates the appearance of being everywhere at once, and it gives you exponentially more shots at viral content every single day. Now, the requirements to implement this is you do need systems to manage multiple accounts efficiently. It requires more team to handle posting volume. You must maintain quality across all the accounts. You need tracking to identify winning content patterns, and this only works best when combined with high posting frequency. These 4 realizations only came from posting 20,000 plus times monthly across dozens of industries, and most business owners will never have access to this level of data because they can't invest the time and resources to test at this volume. The biggest mistake I see is business owners trying to perfect their content strategy based on small sample sizes and posting way too little. You need volume to find what actually works, and you need systems to manage that volume without burning out. So if you run a business doing over 3 million plus per year and you want our team to handle this entire process, including the sub account strategy, high volume posting, split testing hooks, building omnipresence, and data analysis to find your winning content patterns, then you should apply to work with our company, Media Scaling. The link to apply is in the description below, and on that page, you'll also be able to see more of our client success stories and get a full breakdown of all of our content systems. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more weekly trainings to grow your brand, and I'll see you in the next video.